Hey, that's not rubbish.
Hey, listener, I'm Lexi, and this is That's Not Rubbish, the podcast where we talk to cool people who turn garbage into cool things. What? Sincere apologies for the delay in this episode, but it will be worth the wait, promise. It's April, Earth Month. Earth Day is coming up next Monday, and so is 420, which leads me to introducing our guest for today, Karin Flory of Flory Flora.
Hey, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Of course. Miss Karen here turns thrifted, pre-loved vases into Waterpipes, aka Bongs. They're absolutely beautiful. I came across them at the indie flea market in St. Petersburg this last weekend and was blown away. It's really creative and for such a good cause. So I can't wait to hear more about them and your story, Karen, and all things 420. But yeah, before that, let's get into some good news to cure the eco doomies. The time has come. Bricks made of textile waste. What?
That's
I
pretty
know.
cool.
It is. Isn't that cool? So,
I mean, it's about time. It's like, shoot.
any day now in the future, 2024. I was waiting for this. Yeah, it's amazing the things that get us excited, isn't it? Bricks made of textile waste. What? Well, yeah, a good friend of mine and previous guest, Laura, aka City Girl Beach Bum, sent me this the other day. It blew me away. And then I also woke up to this with another friend sending it to me. So the universe just needed me to know and to tell you guys that Fab Brick has done it. They are a Paris-based company and they have combated textile waste in a really cool way by, they collect all this clothes, they sort it by color. So the bricks are, color.
Yeah.
They shred it, absolutely shred it into a bunch of little pieces. They add some plant-based glue to it and they press it into the brick mold.
No way.
I know, bam. And it's so legit too. Like, I'll tag the video in the description because you guys have to see the full video. But I'm talking lamps, fireplaces, chairs made out of this stuff. It's crazy.
That's really cool. I mean, I didn't even know that existed or that people could do that.
Like, I want to touch it. I want to like punch it. I want to see if it's actually.
Like, mm-hmm.
So, question: would you live in a house made out of bricks, made of shredded clothes?
I mean, if it's sustainable and can last, I don't see why not.
Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? You were a little piggy running from a big bag wolf. Would you hide in a house made of bricks made out of shredded clothes?
I mean, depending on how good they sell it. Like they're like, this will hold, like it withstand against any big bad wolf. Like,
Yeah, let me see the
period.
marketing campaign. Are they gonna use that credit?
I mean, yeah. I'm very like curious to see like once you post the links, like what it actually looks like and the things that they can do with that. That sounds freaking amazing. I mean, the things that they could do with that is limitless.
What can't we make at this point? Yeah. Freaking houses out of it. Let's go. Very well said. So, Miss Karen Flory, you make
Mhm.
water pipes out of secondhand vases, glassware,
Mhm.
etc. What's it like being St. Petersburg, Florida's bong queen?
Yeah, I would say queen. I mean, I guess honored.
Your Highness.
I mean, I don't know. It's before we were doing a lot of cannabis events, and that's all we were doing before. Um, like in Mount Dora and any festivals that would come around. And I feel like since we've discovered the indie flea, my brother actually went there one day and he's like, I think you guys would do amazing here.
Mhm.
And I was like, whoa, what the heck? Let's go ahead and do it. So I signed up and surprisingly we got approved for it. Cause I didn't know. I didn't know how receptive people would be to bongs, if you will, water pipes. Because at the end of the day, that's what they are.
Yeah.
But I guess I was pleasantly surprised at how receptive we were, if anything, more than in the cannabis events.
Oh,
Like people loved it. And I felt for once validated, appreciated. Like I was like, man, people really, really like the upcycled aspect of our business.
Yeah.
And it just kind of blew me away. Like since we started the Ybor and the St. Petersburg indie fleet, you guys have been so great and so responsive. And we've already had like repeat customers because we're really new to this. We just started this past, I think March was our first one. We've only done like 4 like events or so.
Oh,
That's it. We're super new to that market and it's great. You guys have
no,
been
you found
awesome.
your people, and that it's really
I
important to
have.
find people. Yeah. They really make a difference because it is awkward sometimes when you just keep making something and no one's really receptive to it, just kind of awkward, and support keeps you going.
Mhm.
So it's good to hear. Yeah, Ybor and St. Petersburg has a nice young crowd, very
It's a
open-minded.
nice like community. I like that when we set up our events, everybody just like gives a shit. Like
Yeah.
everybody cares. Everybody cares about like how they present themselves. And I felt like when we were going to the cannabis events, we were like literally the bougiest tent there, and not even trying to. I was just trying to, sit there trying to be cute,
Yeah.
just be aesthetic. And some people got it and some people didn't. But when I came here, I was like, yes, I found my people.
Yes.
People that have
Finally.
taste, people that like love old things and the beauty of it. I loved it. I was here for it.
Ah, relief.
Yep.
Hey, someone's gotta bring that bouginess to the cannabis events though. Never change. Yeah.
Okay, girl. I mean, I stayed true to myself. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should like be a little more. And I was like, no, I'm gonna stay with what I envisioned and what I wanted to do. And that's what I did.
Yeah, you
So,
can't change because you'll never find the people if you keep changing, you know. You gotta
mhm,
let people find you, or eventually the puzzle pieces will click.
fall into
So
place. Hmm.
yeah. Aside from the the traditional bong, if you will, what other
Hmm.
kind of water pipes or smoking devices things do you make or have you made?
So vases are obviously some of the easiest ones that we found just because of the shape. But I mean, good grief, when we first started, we broke so many, so many, bro. We were just grabbing stuff willy-nilly, like not paying attention to the thickness of the glass, the shape, the size of it, like, oh man. And then eventually we learned. And then we also learned every time we did an event, I learned something new, like what people gravitated towards, what people liked. And I noticed that people really like the unique stuff.
Yeah.
So after a few events, I started going out and looking for really unique things. So I've used decanters, liquor bottles, vases, anything that has a shape for it will be used.
Throw it in. Why not? Yeah. What is the craziest thing that you've made into a water pipe?
Um, there was one bottle that was, I think it was like George Washington. It had like George Washington on it. And I was like, that's kind of different. And it was like a glass bottle,
Scary.
like in the shape of him. And I don't know if it originally had like a liquor in it. I found it in an old antique shop. And I was like, you know what? This might be somebody's vibe. Like this might be somebody's thing.
Yeah.
So we bought it, and you wouldn't believe the people that purchased it. It was a group of young guys,
Oh, I can
like
believe
a
it.
group of 4, and they all like pulled in and bought it together. Like I never would have thought that it would be like those young guys that got it, but
Oh,
they were
100%.
they were stoked when they saw it and they bought it. But that was probably like the George Washington one, I want to
Oh my God,
say.
you made their day.
I did. Like I was like, we'll do that. And then I had another one where it was the strangest piece. It was like a vase, like I don't know, like yay big, and
Yeah.
it had like a little boy sitting on the ledge in the middle of the like almost 3D printout of it,
Yeah.
and we called it Little Boy Blue, and my husband thought it was the ugliest thing. Like literally. And my brother and I were like, nah, man, that's gonna be for somebody. Somebody's gonna like that. And I kid you not, the first day we put it out, some girl fell madly in love with it and she like purchased it. But that was probably a weird one too.
No, that's the thing. I feel like with like the smoker community or just people in general, like these things are so niche and unique that people do just fall
Mhm,
so in love with it. It feels like the universe has like a spotlight on it and it was made for them
mhm.
and it's coming home with them no matter what. So amen to
I
that.
like it. I like it when somebody like, especially when it's one that I liked personally myself, and when
Mhm.
someone else falls in love with it too. I It makes me so happy
It
to
must be
see
hard to
somebody
let
go
go
home with.
sometimes though, no?
Some of them, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, man, she's really cool. Like I want to keep it, but I put it on. I'm like, somebody else will be happy with it. Some I have kept for myself though.
Fair enough. I will do the same. I have a question. Like, how
Mhm.
often are you going about your business and then you look at something and you're like, yeah, I can make a bong out of that.
Anytime I'm out. Anytime we're out, like, thrifting, because that was our like, that's our thing, like,
Yeah,
me and my brother and his husband, that's our thing.
yeah.
We ever since, I don't know, the last several years, we just love doing it, like, we never know, like, what we're gonna find, whether it be clothing or furniture or pieces for the business, like, we always keep on the lookout for that.
As you should. No, it's fun. It sounds like you guys have a nice little trio going. The dream
Yeah,
team.
my husband hates it when we go because we stay all day out because he doesn't like shopping. But my brother and his husband we love it. We don't get tired of it. We'll be out for hours, going from place to place, place to place, seeing what we'll find.
I want to come with you guys one time. It sounds great. Yeah.
Come on down.
All right.
We'll have a
Sounds
good
like
time.
a good time. Tell us about the process though. Like how do you make the hole? Because you're really just making one hole and then putting in the
Mhm.
stem and bowl, right? So it's
A lot of practice, like I mentioned before. Like we broke so many. You have to have the right thickness. So nowadays, when we go searching out for pieces, which we actually went yesterday, and we have 11 new pieces that we need to cut.
I'm
So I'm
excited.
excited to like show you. I actually have one right here.
Let's see it.
Just a little sneak peek.
Oh, she's
It's
gorgeous.
just
Hello.
something different.
She's really pretty.
So that's one of the ones that we found. So I'm excited for some of the new ones that we have. But yeah, you have to make sure it's the right shape, right thickness. And then you have to have like a special bit for it and water as well, because if it gets too hot, it will shatter and break. But
Right.
I mean, even nowadays, we're going on 3 years with this business, and there's still a few that we break. And when we do, we just kind of learn to let it go. In the beginning, we used to get so upset. We're like, oh my gosh, we just broke this one. This one would have been an awesome one. Like genuinely upset. And we just kind of like, all right, on to the next, put in the recycling bin.
So
We
how do
must
they
move
break?
on.
Like you put too much pressure and they kind of shatter
Too
or
much pressure. Yep. Or if we didn't angle it right, like it's because it's literally just me and my husband, like sitting there, me holding it in place and him going and making the hole.
how do you like
Like
what tool do you use to make the hole?
like a drill, like a power drill.
Wow, that's yeah, they
And there's one specifically for like glass, and then he like jerry rigged this like water contraption because you have to have water running on it the whole time where you're drilling. Otherwise, it will mess up the whole thing.
you're getting wet.
Oh yeah,
You're in a splash
learned. We
zone.
have our system now.
Oh, you're nitty gritty. Get down with it. There you
We
go.
have our system now. So, and then after that, we have to like make sure that the hole is smooth so that you're not like cutting yourself and it's not jagged, because the pieces have to go in there. And we don't want people hurting themselves. And then I go through the process of meticulously cleaning every single one. Oh my gosh, it is such a process. That's probably my least favorite part. And sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
There's a lot of nooks and crannies. Yeah, respect. All right, I am gonna challenge you to, well,
Mhm.
not gonna challenge you, but we are going to test your expertise with a little
Uh-huh.
420 trivia. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Let's see how poorly I do.
They're kind
I would say my husband is the expert, anything cannabis related, and
we'll
I'm
let you
just
phone a
like
friend.
a lifeline.
Yeah. Yo, babe. Like a trying to yeah.
All right, hit me.
All right, so we got 10 questions here on cannabis culture,
Oh man, let's
history,
do it.
all the goods behind this magical little plant. Are you ready?
Mhm. I'll try
And
my
if you get all the
best.
questions correct, you get a free brick of Nothing. I'm so sorry. I was just joking.
I was like, all right, let's see it.
Of textile waste. Yes. Yeah. All right. So, question number one. Do you actually know the historical significance of April 20th? Because, it's National Smokers Day, but
Mhm,
I feel like no one really knows why, or there's so many different conspiracies floating around.
mhm.
What's your guess?
I don't know, honestly. I'm very when it comes to cannabis, I'm very new to it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, and it's funny. It's a little ironic considering what my business is.
Yeah.
But I didn't start getting into cannabis until the last couple of years. My husband was the one that introduced me to it, and I was very before that. I was like straight edge, like didn't do
Yeah.
anything, like something's bad. Um, but no, I have absolutely no idea. If you know, I would love to learn about it.
Yeah. What a
So
terrible
give me the scoop.
influence.
Let's
Devil's
hear.
lettuce. Yeah. Well, I mean, some people think that 420 is like the police code for marijuana smoking in progress. Some people
Mhm,
thought that April 20th was a day it became legalized in like Colorado or something.
mhm.
But there's an ancient tale, which I guess is the most probable
Yeah.
origin of 420, that in California in 1971, there were about five high schoolers who would meet at 420 o'clock
Mhm,
by the campus statue of chemist Louis Pasteur or whatever to partake, as the classes and extracurriculars were
mhm.
kind of over by that time. So they would use 420 to code for their plans. But fast forward a few years, one of those guys gets a job with the Grateful Dead, who then, helps spread and popularize the term 420.
Mhm.
So I guess 420 just kind of perfectly captures the smokers' culture. Yes,
Yeah, the embodiment of all. Mhm.
exactly. They're not the jocks, they're not the cheerleaders, but they're the kids smoking under the bleachers. And is what it is. Yeah.
Interesting. So that it just kind of became like I don't know, almost
It
like
just
an unofficial type day.
yeah, if you get it, you get it. I guess it just kind of made sense. And it was all pretty new. So I think it was kind of a blank slate, probably pretty easy to kind of
Mhm.
tag a term for it. So that's what we got for 20, baby. Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Now we know.
Now we
The
know.
more you know.
Maybe you'll get this the next one. So, question number two. The first country to fully legalize marijuana?
First country. If I had to guess, maybe Amsterdam. Like I'm not sure.
That's what you would think. You would think Amsterdam.
I would think that
You
because
would,
like I
and
always
that is
think,
such a fair guess. I think
yeah,
most people would guess Amsterdam, but it's actually Uruguay.
no way. Who do I?
In 2013, Uruguay completely legalized marijuana.
Hmm.
Yeah. I was just backpacking South America, so I was in Uruguay like about a month ago, and I had no idea
Mhm.
until I was there. And I was like, asked, tell me about your guys' culture, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, mate, cheese, and weed. That's the main thing.
That's the third thing.
Yeah.
Who do I? I would
Uruguay.
have never guessed that in a million years. But I mean, this is all like nuggets of knowledge. I'm like here for it. I'm like, wow, now I can like spew these facts, but
Yeah.
cool.
Party tricks. Yeah. Next time you're in the Roto. But
Mm.
yeah, peace, love Uruguay. Uruguay deserves more street cred, more respect out here
Mhm.
on the street. And yeah. And apparently medicinal marijuana was first, spread around China. So that was a bit shocking as well. Uruguay and China, who would have thought?
I mean, I could see China for sure. I mean, they are very much into like the medicinal plants and whatnot in their culture. So I mean, I could definitely see that. But Uruguay, I would have never guessed that was like the first place that it was legalized.
No, it's not even like the first 100 countries that comes to mind, is it? It's not even that nearly.
No, I would
Yeah.
never.
But speaking of our country, question number three. Do you know how many US states have legalized marijuana?
Mm. Not as many as we'd like. If I had to guess, maybe 10, 13.
Good news. We
Is
are
it more
almost
than that?
halfway there. We're at 24 states.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Nice.
I know.
That's more than what I thought. So
Yeah,
we're getting there.
we're getting there slowly but
We're
surely.
getting there.
Can you?
Okay.
I feel like Florida's never. We're gonna be like the last ones to legalize it. But can you name like five of the states that you think it's
I know
legal?
California, Colorado. If I had to guess, maybe in New York. I would say maybe more of the Midwest type states.
Yeah.
But honestly, beyond those, I don't really know for sure. I know not Georgia because my mother-in-law lives there, and I know that for sure. But I would say, so what are the other ones?
So there's a lot. So I think I'll read the ones that it's not legal in. The rest of them, like Florida, it is technically medicinal.
I was gonna say I didn't know whether if I should say Florida because I know it's not quite recreational yet, but it
Yeah.
is you won't get in trouble nowadays. You can get a card.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're right. Because I was asking about recreation. I should have said that. But yeah, recreationally legal, it's in 24 states. But it is fully illegal in Idaho, which I was kind of surprised, I guess, because it's right next to Oregon and Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Wyoming, fully illegal. Kansas and South Carolina.
Hmm.
So yeah, I know I'm from Michigan, which is the Midwest, and
Mm-hmm.
it's legal, which I miss. But
Yeah.
so question number 4. The fruity little title of what early 2000s comedy starring James Franco and Seth Rogen refers to this rare strain?
I don't know. Is it Pineapple Express?
Yes.
My husband would be proud.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah, it's Pineapple Express. Have you ever seen it?
I had a long time ago. A long time ago.
Yeah.
A matter of fact, I'm pretty sure my husband was like, "Oh, let's watch Pineapple Express." I'm like, "Ugh, I don't want to watch that one again."
Movie. Can you name 3 or more strains for question number 5?
Yeah, you got Granddaddy Purple,
Nice.
Mimosa, I like a
Oh,
lot,
cool.
and Luke Skywalker. I like that one. But
Oh,
it's
I've
been a
never
long
heard
time
of
since
that
we had
one.
that.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was like a strain that they did, and my husband used to get them, and it was good.
Very original, Miss Kara. I thought you were gonna say like Girl Scouts, Do-Si Do, Green Crack, which is like what's on top of my head. But okay, I like yours better. I like yours better. Yeah, gorgeous. Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that one really took me to the jump scare. Well, we did have
I
it.
believe it. I bet it was great. It looks like it's bringing back some good memories. Yeah.
Mhm.
Question number 6. What drama series starred Mary Louise Parker as a widowed mother of 2 who started selling cannabis to support her family?
If I had to guess, I would think it's the one show called Weeds.
Ding, ding, ding.
It
Well
is?
done.
Yeah, I've heard of that one, but I actually never watched it. But I heard nothing but great things about it.
It's one of my
But I
favorite.
knew enough of it to name it.
Yeah, it's a good name, isn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a really good show. I really recommend it. And also just like a bunch of crazy stuff happens. And they have a good amount of episodes. Like if you're into binging something, you can sit there for a
I
while and
am.
yeah, be there all day. Really good
All
characters.
right, I'll definitely put that on my list of things to watch for sure.
Homework. Yeah, I think I like it. So number 7. This is kind of hard. This seems a little hard.
All right, let's do it.
Ooh, anatomy question. What part of the cannabis plant does the flower originate from? I'm looking for a name.
Does the flower originate from? I don't know if I'm being quite frank, but I'm sure you have the answer.
Oh, I got you. It is called the cola.
I would have never guessed that.
No, who would have? It's like Coca-Cola. Yeah, like literally spelled the same as Coca-Cola, which is interesting. Now I want to know where Coca-Cola.
That's the part where the flower comes out of.
Yeah, like we're like the part you smoke, you pick it. Yeah, the cola. Which I thought it'd be like it probably has like a super long, sophisticated Latin name, but that's
Like a
like
scientific name.
we don't do that here. So the cola. We'll keep it at 4 letters.
Got it.
Okay, this one's funny. This one's funny. Question number 8. During his presidential campaign, what candidate famously said that he had experimented with marijuana while he was a student, but he didn't inhale?
Oh my God.
I know. Why would you even say that out loud?
I mean, which candidate could that be? There's a lot of them that are just questionable candidates.
Crazy.
Something that cringe, I don't know. I would say maybe Trump.
Don't say that.
That or Bush, if I had to guess.
Okay, you're close.
Like, who else? Let's see who else is there.
Very
Clinton.
close. Clinton. It was Clinton. Yeah,
Those guys.
it was Clinton. That was good.
It would be one of those three. So he experimented but didn't
Inhale. Just don't even speak. Don't even say that.
I'm dead. I'm dead right now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It's like, all right, mister. We got it.
You're cool. I'm inviting you to the next party. That was his first and last frat party. Bill Clinton.
All right.
He does have the face for it though. He do look like he wouldn't inhale. And Donald Trump looks like he's trying to inhale, but it just stuck.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I figured who would say something that stupid? Like,
yeah.
Like from the, you got one that said that ingesting bleach would help.
Yeah.
So I was like, who would say that? Yeah. All right, moving on.
All right, so number 9, almost done.
Mm-hmm.
This one's all right. So while a joint uses rolling papers, a blunt is different in that it uses what material as the wrapper?
Typically it's like it has the tobacco in there.
Yeah.
So it makes it different. So
yeah,
I know you usually buy it and you scrape out the tobacco and then put it in there, but then they'll still have traces of it in it.
Yes.
So but I don't typically do.
Yeah, it's not really a thing. Like the backwood culture.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, like the hollowed cigar, the tobacco leaf,
mm-hmm.
all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'm for it. Shout out backwoods. Question number 10. With its capitals, this one's a crazy question. Last but not least, for the win, for her break of textile waste. With its capitals in what is now northern Sudan, what ancient Nubian kingdom shares its name with another word for cannabis?
Jeez Louise. You were like, all right, for the doozy, the $1 million question.
Yeah, that spice things up.
Oh Lord. I don't know.
It's another name for marijuana, like a street name.
I don't know. I've heard it as green, bud, trees. Like, let's see what else we got. Ganja.
Close. It's more along the ganja lines.
Yeah, beyond that, I wouldn't. What you got?
It's called Kush.
Ah!
Yeah.
I was like, I knew I was missing one. I was like, come on, let's.
On the tip of my tongue,
Come on now.
Close enough. Ganja, close enough. You did all right. You did pretty good. You did pretty well.
You're just being nice.
Oh, very well done. I'm very proud. Give it up for Miss Karin Flory.
Yeah.
The bong queen of St. Petersburg, Florida. But let's get back to talking about you then. So tell us where or how Flory Flora came to be. It's a brilliant idea. What made you start making vases into bongs?
Well, the idea kind of came about, I'm sure where a lot of ideas come from, in a smoke circle. So we would, just me and my brother, his husband, my husband, we just kind of sit together and smoke. And I kind of got the idea when I went with my husband for the first time to a smoke shop. And I went in there and I just wasn't really like, I don't know. I didn't really see anything I liked. I didn't really see anything geared towards femininity and cute, pretty, nothing like that. A lot of Rick and Morty. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, everybody likes what they like, but I just
Oh,
felt
Rick and
like
Morty. It's literally all Rick and Morty. You're so right.
mhm,
Pickles are pickles. Bongs have Ricky's.
pickled Rick, you know, just all that stuff. And I would sit in a circle and think like, man, why don't they have girlier things, like cuter things and pink things and purple and just more aesthetically pleasing items. I'm like, they're not even marketing towards the female demographic whatsoever. And you go into and I'm talking about, I went to a lot of smoke shops with my husband, and it was just all of the same stuff everywhere.
Oh, I believe.
And it just kind of, you know, my brother and I would go out thrifting, and we kind of would see some things, and we're like, that would be such a beautiful piece. And my husband was the one that was like, well, let's do it. Let's get the stuff and let's do it, and let's experiment. And that's how it kind of turned into that. We took the love of thrifting and antiquing and finding things, and then it just kind of mixed into that. I never intended it to be like fully just upcycled things, and it just went in that direction. I think ultimately with my business, I just want it to be geared more towards the femininity side of things and just more aesthetically pleasing. I feel like it's lacking in that department all like everywhere. And I feel like that's what I wanted to do. And it just kind of turned into that.
No, but you're so right, and you're doing such a good job. They're beautiful. Your
Thank
pieces are
you.
beautiful. You guys have to check out her work. And you're 100% right. When you mentioned the Rick and Morty, I lost it. I lost it because you're right. We do need some more
Mhm.
cute little girly pipes. I want to see olives over pickles. I want to see ribbons. I want
Mhm.
to see glitter, a sexy little color palette, It's what we deserve. Women deserve more representation in the water pipe
Mhm.
world, and Karin Flory is gonna give it. There you go.
I'll try.
And you know what? Women in the cannabis industry do it so much better. I mean, the detail, the thoughtfulness. You walk into a smoke shop, right, or dispensary, and the girlies go right to the Blazy Susan pink joints, or the
Yeah.
morning popers with the little fruits on it. They're flavored, they're
Mhm.
scented, whatever. Yeah, women.
Yep.
Yes, it's amazing the difference. It's like women in the cannabis industry have you mid inhale. You're like mid inhale, noticing a thoughtful little feature in your smoking device.
Mhm.
Like blushing, toes wiggling, and everything. It's like the craziest, craziest thing. Yeah. Um, my friends in college had a female plug, right? And
Mhm.
that's like it's not the most common. But she was a
Mhm.
legend in our group because she fully had a business card. She had a logo. Like I had never had a dude plug hand me a business card. But one year I remember it was Easter and she held a full like Easter egg hunt around
Mhm.
our campus. Like she put my friends and all her other clients in a Snapchat group and sent little hints on where they could find these Easter eggs full of little goodies, around the college town. And
Mhm.
my friends happened to find like the biggest final egg, and it was stuffed to the nines. I'm telling you, women in the cannabis industry do it best. There's no comparison. And that is reason 945 why we need a woman for president. They inhale. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I wanted to talk back into the smoke shops. I
Mhm.
remember for the longest time, and even now to this day, I somewhat feel uncomfortable going into one
Okay.
because it's nothing like it goes back to like when I first went in with my husband. Like it's just nothing but guys. There's
They're, in Florida, they're skinny guys. Like they're skinny.
like nothing but dudes, but like I don't know if one day this will happen for my business, but I just had I had the idea to just have it where girls can feel confident going in there by themselves and not feel like they have to go with their like significant other
Yeah.
and just feel at ease and comfortable walking into like a smoke shop that's more geared towards a femininity or like um towards I don't know. It's like when you go shopping in like clothing stores, like you have the stores that are geared towards mostly women, and then you have the ones geared towards mostly men.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a vibe every time you walk into a shop.
Yeah, much more masculine energy than feminine
Mhm.
energy for sure. 100%. Even the smells and what you see. Here, I went to a
Mhm.
smoke shop here down here in like, where am I? Like Sarasota. And I walk into a
Mhm.
smoke shop, this guy has like a We the People tattoo, and he's trying to tell me about how he's gonna like his guns, and I'm like, by myself. I left. I'm not sitting through that. Like,
That's weird.
yeah. Just give, yeah, they're I know exactly what you mean. And honestly, it can be kind of scary in one hand because I feel like the smokers community sometimes it's a bit know-it-all-y. Like if you say the wrong
Mhm.
thing, if you cough wrong, like they're on top of you sometimes. So you have
Yeah.
that plus mansplaining. Oh, sign me out. It might just be enough to get me out of the game. Yeah, I hear you. So what is your what's your ideal mission?
I honestly think that I don't know if I picture myself with like because right now I'm just out of Casa de Flory, just out of my garage.
Uh-huh.
We're still in our starter phases. I believe we're going on 3 years coming up soon for our business.
Okay.
Um, but I don't know if one day having a store, like a standalone store, and whether that be something that turns into like more than one store or more than one place, you know. But I think it would be nice to be able to like, oh, I'm gonna go to Flory Floras and for them to walk in a shop and we have everything aesthetic and cute in there.
The girlhood.
That you would want. Everything from like a breakup package, my boy, like my guy just broke up with me, but there's gonna be some,
Period package.
cute, exactly, a period
Yeah.
package. Like, I don't know if eventually it'd be cool to like collaborate with somebody that deals with the cannabis aspect of it to do those kind of packages, but I've always kind of pictured doing something like that. And
Yeah.
I don't know how I'll get there, but I guess, yeah, that's my
It's
goal.
that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Like even just like a little cafe where you can chill and like smoke.
I wanted it all in there. Like I wanted it to be somehow a hybrid of you walk into Barnes and Nobles, a bookstore, and you just get like you feel at ease. You like
Ah,
like a relaxed place. It has a coffee shop and sells cute aesthetic bongs and accessories for your stuff, and just all of that all in one place.
oh,
And
that's
I don't know how that would happen, but that's kind of like what I would picture is like a spot to go to like that, and people to just go and chill like a Starbucks, but with like water pipes.
oh, even just thinking about it, it's gonna have me feel some type of way. That sounds
I'm like, why
sick.
doesn't that exist? I want that.
Yeah. Amsterdam called. They're buying your idea.
Yes.
That is so cool. Because yeah, your slogan is to, make vases or water pipes for each aesthetic. I love it. I
Mhm.
feel you because smoking can, when you're with a group, it can be it's a very important bonding experience, but also
Yeah.
it's a very self-healing personal journey when you're on your own. So yeah, please elaborate on the importance of feeling connected to your piece.
My brother has one. He found one every time, even he's out by himself, even not even with me, he'll find stuff like, look what I found. I'm like, yeah, get it. And he uses it to this day. And he says that it's his favorite piece. And every time he pulls it out, he's just like, yes, like this feels like me. He gets like the
My baby.
feels. I don't know how
Yeah.
to explain it. And it was really cool because we did the cannabis event, the Cannafest in Mount Dora. They do it every year in November, the first weekend. Um, we had our first event there. That was our very first thing. We went big, went to a big festival.
As you should.
And a year later, we did it. And it was a little like scary because I didn't know how people were responding to my products,
Yeah.
whether they liked them, like if it still gave them like that excitement. And we had people come back the next year and tell us like, oh my God, I got one from you last year and I love it. It is my favorite piece. Every time I bring it out, like people ask me, oh my God, where did you get it? Like it literally like it makes me a little emotional. Like I never thought that I would be able to give that feeling to other people to have for themselves.
Of
So I don't
course.
know. Ugh,
Are we gonna
excuse
cry
me.
right now? Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's do it. Women.
I'm like, oh, all right. Well.
No, it's so touching. Even if it's like a hair clip, a ponytail, or a bong, like as long as you're
Mhm.
connecting with someone and getting something that they've really been looking for, searching for, can make them feel even just an ounce better. You're doing, you're making an impact.
It made me so happy that I was able
Yeah,
to bring them such joy, like for something that's theirs. Like I never
complete.
experienced that feeling before, and so it was from one year to the next before I saw those people again, and that the fact that they came back like just meant the world to me.
Yeah.
It really did, and I
Why
was
are
like,
stoners so sentimental? You really are. Now that I think about how all the pieces are Rick and Morty themed, like, is
Mhm.
that how they feel when they find their little pickle
I
bowl?
don't know, now that you
Like they're crying.
not as God as like thinking about that. But whatever floats everybody's boat. But I
Yeah.
know that that's not gonna float my boat, so I just wanted something else.
So many closeted Rick and Morty fans out there. I feel
But
bad.
even in the guy industry, there's so much that they can do. Like you don't know how many like guys come through too, and like in our booth when we do the events, and they're like, "I love my piece," like whether it be just a solid red one, just something different.
Yeah.
Like not everything has to be the same. I like the uniqueness of it, that
I think
aspect.
yours are just so unique because it's not a Rick and Morty bong. It's not one with a rose petal on it. It's not like the stereotypical ones you see where they've even just a
Mhm.
kaleidoscope of the glass being blown, but it has its own uniqueness, its own history to it because
Yeah.
you want to wonder where it's been. Like where what year was this made? What did it go through? What shelves, fireplace, mantles? Where has this been sitting and collecting dust? Like it's a really beautiful thing, I think. You're breathing new life in it quite literally.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
I'm just like, we're just breathing new life into something old and timeless. Like just
It
one,
really-
one
I wish I
puff
could
at a
make the music.
time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a beautiful thing. So full circle. And if I were a little vase sitting in a thrift store, that's exactly what I would want to be turned into too. So thank you for your service.
I love it. I love seeing people's excitement when they see it and like bringing that joy to them. I didn't realize I liked that aspect of it until honestly just now talking with you that
Yeah, well, I love what you do. Is there anything else you want us to know about what you do, the behind the scenes, your mission, 420 stuff?
no, I just thank you to everyone that has purchased a piece from us. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot that I'm able to bring such joy to you guys. And I hope that I can continue bringing joy to people when they pull out their piece, to find themselves and smoke and whatnot. I just hope I can keep doing that.
I think you are. You found your people, you found the right people in general. You got a good community going. Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, definitely. That is all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for coming on, Karen. It was a lot of fun talking all things bongs with you. Same time next week.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Of course. I hope we run into each other at another indie flea as well.
See you
All
then.
right.
Thanks.
Of course. And to my listeners, happy 420 week. Celebrate responsibly and fabulously, as with Earth Day, even though it should be every day. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to send it to your smoke buddy, your ideal roto, smoke sesh, your plug. I don't care. And if you're enjoying the show in general, feel free to donate. We have a lot of exciting developments going on and could really use the support. So thank you. Ciao. Wait, who's in your dream? Roto.